Hi there learners, and welcome to today's video where we are doing a recap of the modules that were covered in term 2. So just looking at the textbook, it was module 3.5 and 3.6 from Word. It was 4.1 and 4.2 of your spreadsheets, and 6.1 for information management, but that was part of your theory. So just Word and Excel. So let's have a look at module 3.5, and let's actually get this in here and have a look at some of what we need to be covering. So 3.5 is just moving us further into formatting of our pages and paragraphs. So they looked a bit at bullets and numbered lists. Right, so what they want us to look at, they say if you look carefully, you will see that it contains 4 main ideas. Put each idea on a new line using bullets to make it easier to read. So in order to do our bullets, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything that we have, and we're going to go up here to this paragraph section, and the first one that we have there is bullets. Okay, so I'm just going to select any bullet. You can see how that changes. If I want numbering, I just go to the next one and I can choose the numbering. Again, grade 10s, just remember, I can go define new bullets. I can go and customize what I want over there. And the same with my numbering, I can define a new number format, again, depending on whatever I am going to need. Okay, so that was bullets and numbering. Then the next one dealt with tab stops. Now we'll remember our tab stops. If we look at our paragraph section over here, we go to our little advanced tab or our settings, and when that opens, we go and click tabs at the bottom. Okay, so this is where we can set everything. We can put in certain tab stops, and I'm just going to say, for example, 1.5 centimeters. I want a left alignment, I don't want a leader, and I click set. Sorry, I need the comma. And I'll say set, and there you can see there's my first one. The next one, I'm going to go 3.7 centimeters. I'm going to say I want this in the center, and I want a leader, and I'm going to click set, and I'm going to click OK. So immediately what you'll see is over here and over there, I've got my tab stops. Why? Because I've set a left tab stop, and I've set a center tab stop. So now, if I go to, let's say, my first line and I press tab on the keyboard, you can see it jumps to the first tab stop. When I press it again, you see what happens? It jumps to the second tab stop, and it includes the leader. Okay, so again, you can go and set up your tab stops as you need to. I'm just running through what you need to know. Okay, so that's your leaders. Then a lot of what we needed to do was actually in here. You can see this is where I can increase and decrease an indent. So I'm going to increase that indent, and you can see what happens. I'm going to increase that one as well. I can decrease it. You just need to know where to actually do this, and you can see the impact that it has on the ruler. Okay, the paragraph dialog box, again, if I click over there, I can see various items that I'm going to be dealing with, and we've been through this term, obviously. So just things like your alignment, your spacing, your line spacing, your indents, if you need to customize any of those. All right, then they dealt with page headers and page footers. So I'm just going to go insert. There I've got my headers and my footers and my page numbers. So please just know where these things are, and they will tell you what they actually want you to insert. Now, just an exam tip, one of the things they always ask is a page number, bottom of the page, and they want page X of Y. This is page X of Y. That page X of Y simply means, it's page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3. That's the sort of format you want. So I click on that, and there it is. Okay. They might ask you for a different first page, different odd even pages. You'll just select those. But that's basically what we've been through over there. Yeah, that's it for 3.5. then moving over, 3.6 dealt with tables. So I'm just going to open up a new document, and they wanted us really to deal with tables. So let's look at what we can actually do within a table. Now, where do I go? I'm going to go insert, I'm going to say table, and you can see I can insert a table using the blocks that they've provided, or the cells, or I can go and insert a table, or I can draw a table, right? If I go insert table, I will specify, and let's say I'm going to specify 4 columns and I don't know, 7 rows. Fixed column width, that's fine, and I'm going to click OK. And there you go. So immediately my format area opens up on top. I've got my table design items, and I've got my layout options as well. So guys, you need to get familiar with this. You should be familiar with this. Everything from alignment to deleting a cell. So for example, you know, if I want this cell, maybe I want this whole row deleted, for example, then I can right click on here and you can see I can say, well, delete the entire column. Now, what if I only want this particular cell deleted? I can delete that cell. And now they ask me, what do I want to do? Do I want to shift the rest of the cells left, up, delete entire row? And maybe I just want to say, okay, shift it left. And you can see how it affects the table, right? If I do the same over here, and I then decide to do the same over there, you can see what ends up happening to my table. Okay, so that is something you need to look at. We can also go and merge cells. That's something that they do ask from time to time. Some actually ask you to split cells. So yeah, you can see I'm going to go into a cell and I'm going to split that, and then they'll ask me how I want it split. So I'm going to say 3 columns and 2 rows, and there you can see it's a table within a table. Okay, I can put formulas in here as well, right, depending on what I want. Yeah, guys, you just need to play around with this and just get familiar with it. Here's my styles that I can choose. I can opt for some shading, you know, also if I want that for a particular, you know, row. Maybe it's for my headings, whatever the case may be, but that's where I'm going to do that. Deal with my borders, all of these things. Okay, so that was the main focus of 3.6, and then obviously inserting things like, you know, pictures, etc. So you can see I can insert cells and all these different types of things. And then I can also go and say, well, you know what, I want to let's see what else do I want to do. I've done, I can change my text direction as well. All these weird and wonderful things. Okay, so now I can go and insert a picture from this device, and I'm just going to insert that, and you can see it brings it into the table. So again, you need to click where you want it. You would then go insert picture, and that's it. And when you click on it, then you get the picture format tools that you would normally get as well. Okay, so yeah, I think that basically covers us for 3.6. And then 4.1 and 4.2 was Excel. So let's just close all of this and let's go out here and let's go to 4.1. So 4.1 was really your introduction to spreadsheets, you know, how spreadsheets work, you know, what sort of calculations you can do, looking at things like rows, columns, cells. Here was just a little exercise that they usually start you off with. So remember in Excel your cell references. Please remember how to insert and delete rows, how to insert and delete columns. Okay, that was one of the things that they went through first. Then the next one was your formulas. So let me actually see if I can get that file. Branch sales was one. And remember, our first formulas, or the formulas that we really end up using in grade 10, you know, things like min, max, sum, and average. So don't forget that. And here you can see, there we go. All right, so that's what we covered, and I can just say, well, equals sum, and just highlight everything, hit enter, and there I get my total. And remember, I can autofill if I'm doing exactly the same thing. Here I'm going to go equals average, and I'm just going to get the average over there, hit enter, and I'm going to autofill. And guys, you get the idea. You get the idea. So these were really the first formulas that you would have started with. Okay, so there's min, max, sum, and average. Another thing that we would also deal with is format cells. So here you can see I've just right-clicked. I'm going to go down to format cells. And over here, you know, I would decide what is it that's going to go into this cell. So for example, here are these headings, and I want them, let's see what I can do. I want them to have a particular color, so I can go to fill, and I'm going to say yellow. Border, I want them to have a nice thick border around them, and let's click on that so that it gives a nice thick border around everything. I want it to be bold and italic, but at the same time I want my alignment, in other words the text direction. You can see I'm going to change it to about 45 degrees. I'm going to go with wrap text, which means the text will be wrapped within that particular cell. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to click OK. Whoa, and you see what happens? See what happens? And there I've just got to make it a bit bigger. There you can see I've now changed those various things from just going right click, format cells, and I've got a number of different options that I can use. But again, these are things that you know. Okay, formatting cells, we can change this to currency as well. Now, a lot of these things I can just go straight up here and say, well, I want it looking like that. Or let's see, I want, okay, accounting, that's accounting. I can go currency. You can see how that changes from currency to accounting. You see the space there, right? Just remember that. Those are my different formatting types. And then I also had dates. So let's go over here and let's type in the 25th of July 2022. And you can see how it displays. Now when I right click on that and I go format, again I have options under my number tab, because I can go to date and I can decide how I want it to display. So let's say I'm going to go with that option. I'm going to click OK, and you can see how that changes. I'm going to go to format cells again, and I'm going to go to custom this time, because if there's a layout that you want, or that they're asking you to have, and you don't see it displayed, well, you can go to custom and you can actually go and type in what you want over there and then click OK. Alright, and that was module 4.1. 4.2 then specifically dealt with the, 4.2 specifically dealt with the formulas. And let's just go and have a look over here. These are all the data files that are on the CD in your textbook. So if you want that, just go and check out your textbook. And let's see, I don't see formulas here. Let's have a look at another one. Let's see, stationery. Stationery's here. Okay, so in stationery, there I can go in again, you know, work out the different types of formulas I have, my subtotal. Okay, first of all, over here, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be taking the quantity and multiplying that. So I'm just going to use cell references. Remember, we use cell references because if the contents of the cell changes, the formula will still remain the same and automatically update. So I can do that. I can run my autofill. I can go over here and just say, well, I just want to sum everything up. And I want to take that and I want to multiply that by, what is it now? 15%? 15%. And then I just want to add up the two. And there we go. Okay, so those are the things that you would get asked. Average, highest, you know, those sort of things. Your cell references were important, they mentioned as well. And then the last thing in 4.2, they just looked at were your errors. And that you need to know, please, because you can get asked theory questions on that. So, learners, that was basically it for the prac in term 2. Hope that helps. If there's anything else, just let me know how I can help in the comments.